Today's lesson on life is a necessary tool for success, faith. This month, I'll be combining the lesson on life and the Speak Into Your Life segments to bring you a special 5-part series. I'll be educating, inspiring, and empowering the community with a message of hope in a time when people are lost, hurting, and looking for something to hold on to. This message is for those who are young and mature, who need something that will help them to overcome depression, anxiety, anger, fear, and the haters, but most importantly, get past yourself. The message is going to help you move forward in life, in love, and in your career. It is a necessary tool for success. Stay tuned to find out what I have to say about this acronym, FAITH. There's something here for you. Your attitude is your choice. Faith, the I love you or I lust you. Okay, I need you to understand a couple of things in your sort of world where you are now. Because if you don't take it with you, there's some things that are gonna get you off course. And I need all of you to graduate, okay? Graduate from high school, from college, and do great things. But I've seen professional people, lawyers and doctors, get off course because they were smart, they were intelligent, but they didn't know a whole lot about love. And they made some really bad choices along the way. So when we talk about success, relationships are a key part of success. Okay? I need you to understand that. Trust. Anybody, don't raise your hand, have trust issues? Usually, yes, they are self-proclaimed, and usually people are not afraid to tell me, yes, Dr. Perry, I have trust issues. I'm not afraid to share. The truth of the matter, most people do. So I try to stick this in everywhere I go because I want people to have some new education. I need you to understand that trust issues run deep. And when I say deep, I mean deep, okay? Across many relationships for long periods of time in your life, unless you get a message like this. So hopefully I'm able to change some things. As a little exercise I like to do, it's a fill in the blank, okay? So nice and loud, get your voice right, okay? I'm gonna say something and then I want you to fill in the blank. Ready? Ladies, I'm gonna pick on you first. All men. She is okay? Gentlemen, your turn. All women. They usually see how they not loud. They not loud with it, but they be shaking their heads. Okay? Now all people, when I ask to do this exercise, most people say about the same thing, okay? I want you to be aware of the stuff that you feel, okay? Because that stuff is there. And as soon as you get in a little argument, a little tit for tat with your boo, it's coming out. It's coming out, okay? It's coming out. I knew you weren't no good. I knew you were gonna cheat. I knew it from the beginning. How you know from the beginning? Because you felt this way. You knew from the beginning, okay? I'm gonna try to stay on course, okay? Trust and mistrust are some of those things. If any of you taken psychology with me, you may have heard me say something a little bit about trust versus mistrust. It's something that's in our psychological history. It's something that we're supposed to learn very early on. For when our parents feed us, did they not feed us? Did they pick us up? I personally believe in those people who are watching the show, pick up your child. Okay? Don't let them cry. I know there's some old schoolers who disagree with me and they believe in letting the child stay there and cry and they'll learn how to comfort themselves. How am I supposed to learn? I'm a baby. I'm a baby. You're supposed to learn how to self-soothe yourself. That's what they say. Anyway, I don't believe in that. Pick the child up a little bit. You know, I'm just saying, rub my back. That's what I need. Okay? Who should you trust? This is a subject I want to talk to you all about. Who should you trust? Do you trust everybody? Because you say you got trust issues, but then when you enter relationships, you just trust. What is that all about? On one hand, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody but my mama. Maybe. Then you get in a relationship and all of a sudden you give away all your trust. And the person has not earned it. The person has not earned it. Have you gotten to know the person? Are they reliable? Do they deserve your trust? Do they deserve your time? But you trust them. And then you wonder why it gets broken. Because they weren't ready to receive it. And you weren't ready to give it. Okay? Can you be trusted? Everybody say that. Let me tell you this little example. This little girl at school, she was showing me a picture. I knew her. I knew her boyfriend. And this was a long time ago. And she was showing me a picture. And she was like, see my boyfriend, see so-and-so. And I was like, oh. She was like, aren't we cute? And I was like, yeah, y'all are cute. But who is this? She was like, who? She was like, that's so-and-so. I was like, because I know what he looked like. So she was like, let me see. I was like, on her phone. It won't him. She's like, oh, that's just somebody else. Okay? Can you be trusted? Because you want to trust other people and you want other people to be faithful to you. But are you being faithful as well? You don't want him or her to have a whole bunch of friends, but you got a whole bunch of friends on the low. You say you can't keep your friends, but you talking to your friends on the low. That's just my cousin. That ain't nobody. That's just somebody from school. I don't even like him like that. And he like, well, the same thing with her. She's just a girl I grew up with. Right. Can you be trusted? Some of you, it's a fly up here, okay, are going to have some mama issues. I got to talk about mama issues, okay? Because I know some of you are the favorites, young men, of your mothers, okay? And I know we used to have a saying of you can judge a good man by how he treats his mother. I believe that's not true, okay? Because he can love his mother, okay? Treat her like a queen and treat you totally different. And I'm not blaming it all on the young men. I'm blaming it on some of the mamas too, okay? For holding on too tight, a little bit too tight, okay? I need you to understand, sometimes I find, and this is in my book, some people, I'm gonna say people, okay? When I say mama issues, they're a little bit too close to their mom, and the mamas need to realize this too. And then he can't have a good relationship with another person because he in relationship with his mother. I know that might sound gross. It's not sexual. But she want him to call her every day. She got to stop by. He got to stop by every day. Okay? She don't like you, okay? Because you a nice girl. And you might take his heart. Ain't that some crazy stuff? Ain't that some crazy stuff? But it's true. And so I'm working on my young men, okay? To learn how to have a great relationship with their mother, but also learn how to treat their lady or whoever they're going to end up being in a relationship with also like a queen, okay? Daddy issues, father issues. I want to talk to a couple of my young women. I know that maybe your father, maybe he was not in your life consistently or never at all. And I'm not just talking about the shady stuff. I'm talking about the deeper stuff that young women do. Now, you know about the shady stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about? How you dress and all that stuff, you know. That's not y'all, though. That's not y'all. Okay, good. Okay, I'm talking about the deeper stuff. That I miss him so much. That I need somebody. So I find young women in a relationship. Never in and out. In. Can't be without a relationship. Have to have someone. They value their male friends more than their female friends. They say things like, I don't even like them females. They don't be talking about nothing. I'd rather talk to my male friends. Not that you shouldn't have both, but when you predominantly prefer one over the other, why? What's going on? That you have to always be around males, that you don't feel comfortable enough being around females, that you're not strong enough to be there. You should be in the company of both, okay? Some issues, some things that are going on, okay? And you're gonna carry that into those circles as you get older, and those are things that I don't want you to do, okay? I can give you all of that. Last relationship, I want you to be careful, because you're young enough, I need you to work on some things now. That last relationship, that person, they treated you well at the beginning, they didn't treat you well at the end, so now you're in a new relationship, but you bring in old relationship stuff into your relationship. That's not cool. You can't do that. Okay? New person deserves a break, right? New person is different. New person didn't do anything to you. New person didn't hurt you. Well, my last so-and-so, they was always on the phone. So now this person always on the phone, so I figure they doing the same thing. All of y'all just the same. Next thing you know, now you don't like relationships at all because you're like, see, everybody the same. That's not true. I want you to have healthy relationships and understand that everybody's not the same. But also, if you start seeing everybody the same, I want to point out a couple of PTSD symptoms, okay? Okay, now you don't have PTSD, but I'm joking for people who are watching on TV. PTSD symptoms like every time he talking to a girl and the last person cheated on you, like, why are you talking to her? Why are you talking to her? Why are you all up in his face? Why? Because you're taking stuff from your old relationship and bringing it into your new relationship. You laying in the bed, you pop up. Why is he on? Why is he hasn't called me all day? Oh my goodness, it has been 4 hours. I texted him 4 hours ago. You know what? Let me get in my clothes and get in my car. No, that's called stalking. Okay? Because the last person that didn't contact me and took all day, he was out doing something else. She was out doing something else. And you bringing your old relationship into your new relationship. And that's not cool. Okay? So make sure you don't have some of the PTSD symptoms where you jumping up starting stuff that shouldn't even be there. You starting arguments about stuff that shouldn't even be started. You blaming so-and-so for something that he or she didn't even do yet. Okay? Give them a chance. Okay? They didn't mess up yet. All right? I want you to know something. There's a poem that I want to read to you. I want you to understand a couple of things about people. I want you to understand this poem called Reason, Season, or Lifetime. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. When you figure out which one it is, you will know what to do for each person. When someone is in your life for a reason, it is usually to meet a need you have expressed. They have come to assist you through a difficulty, to provide you with guidance and support, to aid you physically, emotionally, and spiritually. They may seem like a godsend, and they are. They are there for the reason you need them to be. Then, without any wrongdoing on your part or at an inconvenient time, the person will say or do something to bring the relationship to an end. Sometimes they die, sometimes they walk away, sometimes they act up and force you to take a stand. Nip that relationship in the bud. What we must realize is that our need has been met, our desire fulfilled, their work is done. The prayer you sent up has been answered, and now it is time to move on. Some people come into your life for a season because your turn has come to share, to grow, and to learn. They bring you an experience of peace. They make you laugh. They may teach you something you've never done. They usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. Believe it, it is real, but only for a season. Lifetime relationships teach you lifetime lessons, things you must build upon in order to have a solid emotional foundation. Your job is to accept the lesson, love that person, put what you've learned to use in all your other relationships and other areas of your life. I want you to understand that. Reason, season, or lifetime. Throughout your life, people are going to come into your life, in and out. They'll be there for a reason, short. They'll be there for a season, a little longer, but still short. And some people will be in your life for a lifetime. But many people will not be there for all three. The lesson is that people will come in and out of your life, and it's okay. There are too many people who are 40, 50, 60 years old, still holding on to people left me. They walked away. My mother wasn't there. My father wasn't there. My friend, she went to college and she never called me. They're still holding on to the upsets, the pain. And they're much, much older than you. Can you imagine? People not talking to their sisters or brothers for 35 years. It happens because of something that happened the other person don't even remember. I need you to understand that people are going to come in and out of your life, and even though it might upset you, even though it might hurt you a little bit, because we used to be so close. Some of you in this room, you're going to part ways because you're going to have to go, even if you go by yourself, right? And you're going to say, I thought we were going to keep in touch. And with every good intention, you were, right? But I need you to understand that not all your relationships are going to last forever. And it's okay, because guess what? You're going to make new relationships, right? So don't hold on so tight to that pain from those people that are supposed to love you, okay? Those people that you love, those relatives, those friendships, jobs, all the things you're going to accumulate along the way. People are going to come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Understand what you need to do with it, okay? Use it. Make it the best part of you. I've taken so much from so many people over the years, and it's made me a greater person, a better person, a more humble person, because I've taken all those lessons. I don't hold on to they have to go. It's okay. So some of that pain that you're holding on to, that mom, that dad, that person you didn't get to say goodbye to, it's okay, or it's going to be okay. It's now time for our community resources. I'd like to welcome two very special guests, Ms. Carol Wright, who is the Associate Professor in Nursing and the Common Health Coordinator, and also Mr. Gerald Jerry Griffith Jr., who is the EMS Program Coordinator. Give them a hand. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Good, good. I'm going to start with you, Ms. Carol Wright. As the Associate Professor of Nursing, there are many things that the nursing program has going on. I know there's a million things you could probably share with us today, but I know you also wanted to share some specific information. So what sort of things would you like to share with us today?
Okay. Within our nursing department, we also have an allied health department.
Okay.
So we are the big umbrella of nursing and allied health. And earlier, Courtney Darden shared some information about the LPN program, the LPN Bridge program, and the RN programs at Paul DeCamp Community College. Those programs have been very successful, especially the RN program has been in existence for 10 years and really has a very good, in the community, folks really think that the reputation is great.
It is.
The LPN programs just started within the last year, so those have got off to a great running start. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the allied health programs at Paul DeCamp. We do have 4 allied health programs currently, and the nice thing about these allied health programs is that they can kind of be the stepping stone to a career ladder.
Yes.
So individuals who think that maybe they might be interested in nursing or another area of healthcare, this is a quick way to get into the healthcare setting, get a job within a year
or less,
and be making some good money, and then determining is healthcare where they want to be to continue their career for their future.
Exactly.
So I'll start with the allied health program that takes the least amount of time to finish, and then I'll work my way up. So the medication aid program is just one class. So that is pretty easy to get into that and then out quickly and making money quickly. Medication aids can work in various settings, assisted living, correctional areas. So they can pass medications under the supervision of a nurse. And so that's a quick way to get into the healthcare setting.
So you said one class. Is it over the course of several weeks, or is it one day? Like
typically, I think those classes are running 2 days a week for 16 weeks.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
16 weeks, 2 days a week. Okay.
Next in line, we have the nurse aid. And under the nurse aid, an individual can either get a certificate or just take 3 classes, and then they would be eligible to sit for the certification to become a certified nursing assistant in the state of Virginia.
CNA, awesome.
Yes, so there are 2 different kind of pathways they can take to become a nursing assistant.
I love that.
If they do obtain the certificate, that's just 24 credits, or like between 8 and 10 classes that they would have to take. So that's
not
a pretty
bad at all.
quick way to get into the workforce as well. Nursing assistants have a wonderful job. They get to assist individuals with their activities of daily living. So bathing, eating, and so that's really, it's a very rewarding job.
Very rewarding, caring for someone else and being able to be there with someone during their time of greatest need.
Yes.
And sometimes family members have multiple things going on, families, work, and so it's nice to have a trained nursing assistant in your home.
Yeah. I used to teach the nursing assistant course. I haven't taught it for a few years, but I loved teaching that course.
Well, you love teaching anyway.
I do, but I really enjoyed teaching that because we're in the classroom for 8 weeks, and then we're right out into the clinical setting and working with patients.
Hands-on.
And really feeling that reward of giving to individuals. So it's a great course. And then the last one would be phlebotomy, and that's a 27 credit course. And that is 9 classes to complete. So within a year, an individual can get their certification to be a phlebotomist. And phlebotomists are responsible for getting blood, processing blood, and so
they're very special people.
They are.
Whenever I have to get any type of blood work, I ask the person, do you really like doing this? And they go, yes. And that helps me to calm down.
Yes, it does.
And the fact that they can find what they need to find quickly.
Yes, exactly.
It's really important to me.
And that's something that's important to us as well. And so the program is designed so that they have a lot of preceptorship time in which they follow an individual. They have to do a certain number of sticks before they can graduate, so that we make sure that they are going to feel confident and ready to enter the workforce once they complete.
Thank you from the community. We all appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Something else I might mention is we have some wonderful instructors.
Yes.
So Don Womble has been teaching the medication aid and the phlebotomy.
Wonderful.
And Cheryl Drake has newly been hired to assist us with the nursing assistants. And she was a former student of ours. She's a registered nurse. Very caring individuals who really are there to look out for the students. So
awesome.
Those 3 allied health programs are really are wonderful at Paul DeCamp. And then I'll turn it over to Jerry, and he'll talk to you a little bit about the new EMS program.
Yes, welcome again, Mr. Jerry Griffin, who is the EMS program coordinator. And EMS is Emergency Medical Services.
Correct.
Right? Okay. I want to make sure I get, and so the program is Emergency Medical Technician program or intermediate program. That's what I read anyway.
We have 2 programs. One is EMT or Emergency Medical Technician. And then one's a EMS intermediate certification.
Okay, so it's 2.
The EMT program is 8 credit hours. It's done in a semester. And it basically takes somebody from just getting into EMS and allows them to be a proficient basic life support provider, which gives them the ability to work transport, work at their volunteer agency, start their journey towards becoming an advanced life support provider, which is at the intermediate level. At the intermediate level, that's when the providers are allowed to do more cardiac care. So our serious illnesses that we see out in the field, pre-hospital wise, it allows that provider to take that patient from the condition they're in, start some care that they would receive at the emergency room, but start it in the field. So they're getting that care on their way to the hospital.
We all appreciate that too.
So yes, and it just helps with the beginning of care. So that's our first level of advanced life support. And that is a 27 credit hour class over 3 semesters.
That's still great.
The good thing is once they get their emergency medical technician, their EMT, it cuts that intermediate program down to 2 semesters and only 19 credit hours. And we do give credit for that certification.
That's wonderful.
To allow them to get on the ALS journey with only 2 semesters.
So they can get both programs actually with you.
Both
That's
programs
awesome.
are available with Paladie Camp Community College. Is 2 nights a week. The EMT is 2 nights a week for 1 semester, and the intermediate is going to be 2 nights a week for the 2 semesters with the EMT already.
I want to encourage our young men and women to get involved. I know some of our young people like to get involved as volunteers in the community, but I think this is something awesome to do. And again, if you want to work in the healthcare field, but maybe you don't want to go into direct nursing, these are some great things that you can do.
Absolutely.
Can you give us your contact information as far as if people have questions, they want to reach out to you, how can they get in touch with your department or yourself?
Okay. I'm one of the advisors for the Allied Health Program, and I can be reached at cwright@pdc.edu, and that would be my email address. My phone number is 757-569-6723. You can also visit our website, which is www.pdc.edu, and you could actually, there's a search box up in the right-hand corner, so you could go ahead and search any one of these allied health programs right there. In addition, you can call the nursing department office and talk with the administrative secretary, and that number is 757-569-6731. And if you would like to give your information.
Yes, my office number is 757-569-6732. And my email, which is probably the fastest way to get in touch with me, is ggriffith, ggriffith @pdc.edu. The remaining of the contact information is going to be the same as far as the college goes that Ms. Wright's already given.
Yes, yes. Thank you again, Ms. Carol Wright, Mr. Jerry Griffith, for being here. You guys did an awesome job. And a special thanks to Dr. William Aiken, President of Paladie Camp Community College, and our Franklin community for their support. And again, thank you for watching It's Life Changing. God bless you, and thank you again for watching. We'll see you next time.